Thank you. Thank you all for being here and coming out in the rain. I'm going to start with a couple of poems from my first book. I'm in a very weird transition space in my life right now, and I'm writing a lot about men. My son, my grandfather, and a special friend. So I'm going to start with one poem for my son. It's called "Early Words for My Son." Is this in my face? Okay, is that right? Early words for my son. You will probably make sense of it all some Wednesday afternoon as you sit with your wife and daughters unbuckling leather footlockers, poems, your mother's curvy schedule, knowing then why I never taught you anything but how to read and how to shade by cross-hatching at the lip, under the cheekbone, on the portraits you've made of me. You will probably thank me, post-puberty, for never sitting down, sparing you the talk. You will learn the way I claimed to, some girl named Susie, who will also teach you to smoke. It took a long time before your father understood, and who knows what the hell I'll tell your sisters. But you should know that when we were lonely, and you were 9, wanting me to hold you, I just couldn't do it with my arms. You were born male, like I was born female, and all I've ever known is how to carry you in my teeth. My second book is a Crown Vergumecindo, which is a heroic crown of sonnets that I wrote for my grandfather, who raised me and who I took care of for the last 5 years of his life. And I didn't realize after he passed that he had been my muse for many years, and his voice is in my first book a lot. And I'm going to share this poem. It's called Wooden Box. Wooden Box. He demands this, nothing else. No mahogany slick or roses kissed by lilies, no music or speech, weeping limited. We are to file down the aisle, nod head to his dead body, return home to care for things still living. We are not to sob for the child hymn, the bed an alphabetless picker of cotton, potatoes, tomatoes, follower of crops. We are not to sob for the cactus man, Guerrero, lover him. Grandpa who takes his milk from the moon, who knows the time for cookie, the time for wine. No. When he is gone, he will be gone. I can make the box myself, he says. I can make it myself. I should say I'm no longer the poet laureate of San Antonio. Jenny Brown has that honor now. But I am the poet laureate of my state now, and I'm proud of that. Thank you. So I'm going to read a couple of poems from this book that I wrote for my grandfather, A Heroic Crown of Sonnets. And for those of you who are not familiar with the form, it's a series of 15 sonnets, and the last line of the first sonnet begins the second, and the last line of the second begins the third, and so on. And the 15th sonnet is comprised of the first line of each of the following previous sonnets. I'm only going to read 2, numbers 11 and 12. This is casketing. I've buried everything I've ever loved in the bone of reason. Now, even in dreams, you are dead. Sometimes I wheel your metal-colored coffin to the grocery store, once to a paperie, twice to Fiesta Bakery on Pleasanton. You are heavy. Once I was in high school in a play and parked you stage left. Always I shake you. Wake up, damn you. Sometimes the casket is open and I kick you. And when in my small shoes I make contact, your ribs crumble like the bark of an old mesquite. Wake up, wake up. We can't run the numbers, argue, make your mother's bread if you are always going to be dead. Number 12, untouchable. If you are always going to be dead, who then will melt away the breasts from my chest? need more my eyes than the unraveling of my hips. In your house, I was all bedrock and teeth, cutthroat, stopped clock, just as much man as woman or rain. You were blind and I loved you for it. In your house, my shoulders grew to fit the work. Patience blossomed upon my head, a crown. You were my mirror, my name, ready plumb of my right hand, my ancient and rivered neck, my compass, my wing, my open gate, my warrior, my sleepless legion. As if I had been born male, my kingdom come. And then one day in hot July, my kingdom gone. So those are those. And I've been writing, like I said, I'm in a new space. Thank you for your generous grace. I'm going to read some very, very, very new poems. My son recently moved to New York. He's a freshman at SVA in Manhattan. And when we dropped him off, I thought, what the fuck was I thinking? Letting my son go to New York. Oh, there he is. He's in New York. So it's just been a very interesting space, a new space for me. But before I go to those poems, I'm going to read this one. It's called Inheritance. This is actually an ekphrastic poem that I did off of a sculpture. Inheritance. I try to name it. Each time the blades of your shoulders break themselves from my grip. The scored being of our bodies. How like the ocean, your skin neither apologizes for its salt, nor pleads for the chance to sustain all life. But you are not ocean, more earth, weight-bearing, warmed from the day's sun. Your back, the whole of this land, plotted, widening, shoulders and rib and spine staked. I want to bury my mouth in the dirt, taste the coppered bones buried there, patella of one century rubbed smooth by the clavicle of another, where the old campesinos lift their black coffee to their lips with the hands of ghosts, wander among their careful rows, tomatoes and sugar beets run like fire the length of your body. And only in dark can I taste the smoke curling from their lips, from yours. There, too, the footprints of babies, trails like a chorus of small mouths. I want to kiss and kiss and kiss each one. So deep the ravine of a man's body that to lay my cheek against the skin of your back, I feel the mexica stone from which you were carved. And when I cannot lay my cheek against the bronzed blood of your skin, I send you my birth waters to make sing the thirsting golondrinas of your landscape. Let me plant my garden there. I am still and on my knees. I am becoming sickle. And yours is the only land now that knows my name, recognizes the ore of my speech. There is tending to be done in the earth of you. And before I die here, I want to live here. Thank you. I'm going to read a little bit of an angry poem. It's not angry. I'm not an angry person. I'm not. I'm really not. I used to be. I'm owning my shit now. I'm all right. Okay. This is a horrible title, so I won't even tell you the title because it's not done. It's denying the something. I just don't know what. Not the womb. It's not denying the womb. It's called something. I don't know what yet. I had to love him like a man would love him. In brotherhood, bulldogged, city funk solidarity. Like I know the series of clicks that led to this tattoo or that addiction or the folds and bends of the women he fucked when he was flying or falling. Shame rising from his chest, sticky the next morning. Limp heart, barely beating. To say love, I love, love like a woman loves, like I need him to know this love. This love I have, I could not. I fingered his mouth, wounding and cackling, bit open the head, sucked down the heated history of his brain, wild and wormed. Don't count me among the women. I loved him like a man would love him. The secret kind, the we don't speak kind, the we don't speak of that day kind, and often he willed my lips to red and wet, but I was hard against his will, and every tender thing in me I carried in a holster on my hip. I would not kill him, love him, sweet or weak. So wounded, little bird, little sad, in his hands, smallest thing, so busted open, so I need, not now, not again. That's how much I loved him. This is, no, I'm just gonna keep going. Okay. I'm just gonna put it all out there, like I don't give a damn. Okay, this one's called Lover. There is no forgiveness here. You will tell me that it's hard to be a son, after weeks long, months long, suckling at my tit as if you are trying to reconcile, redeem the bad mothering, bad sonning we did, each to our own. As if the swallowing of my milk, as you whisper praises to God, might pardon the 42 times you cursed your own mother's name, as she wielded guns in the sacred naming of herself. As if the giving of my milk to you should act as an offering in the name of all mothers who, like me, grind their defiled teeth against the timid and innocent male bodies they birth. Drink me up, I say. Don't stop. I offer my breast and you take it as if we alone might right the wrongs of mothers and sons, as if we were chosen to be more. As if we were chosen to be more than desperate to feel ourselves worthy of those whom we actually love. Okay, last one. This poem is a newborn baby. I wrote it weeks ago, just weeks, like maybe 2 weeks ago. So it's very new. I did mention that I dropped off my son in New York, right? My boy. This one's called The Blessing, and it's for my son, Drew. I have ignored you for a year or two. I have not dwelt on the soft fur of your arms, or the way you rubbed my cheek with your own starry cheek. I began to break your arms away from my heart when you exited me. Of the men who've claimed my body, only you reflect my exact innocence, beautiful and tragic as a cotton field. I have not, in 1 year, or 6 maybe, dwelt on the way your throat breaks open when you sing or sketch or fall in love for the first time, kissing the girl in my kitchen, calling her love, my love. No. I have ignored you for a year, or 10 maybe, finally severing the root, drying out the heart. Go. Thank you.